Hey everybody, welcome to week 7. This week we're going to be talking about HCI, or other known as human-computer interaction. So let's begin by talking about the agenda. So for this week we're going to have some BAU conversation, and then we'll jump right into the introduction of HCI, and then we'll talk about HCI effectiveness, HCI in everyday life, and then we'll talk about some deliverables. Next, let's jump into business as usual, BAU. I want to cover article number 4. Just want to say it out that the class average was a 94%. Wonderful. We're definitely getting better at this. I am going to note of a change for article number 5, but that will come towards the end. But great job, everybody, on article number 4. So now let's jump right into it. So what is HCI? So HCI, or human-computer interaction, is a field focused on the design, evaluation, implementation of interactive computing systems for human use, and with the study of a major phenomenon surrounding them. It's about understanding how people interact with computers and designing technology that fits into human content. This field draws on theories and practices from computer science, cognitive psychology, design, and several other disciplines to ensure that computer technology is not only effective, but also easy to use. So the interdisciplinary nature of HCI means that we're not just focusing on technology itself, but also how it fits into the user's life. This includes considering cognitive, social, and cultural aspects, making HCI a bridge between technology and the people. Our aim is to create technology that enhances human capabilities and improve the quality of life. So what are some goals for HCI? So there's a couple of things here. So the primary goal of HCIs are deeply rooted in ensuring the technology and the design with the end user in mind. So as you think about it, HCI is very human oriented and human focused. So for this one, we'll talk about usability. So for usability, this is about making systems that are easy to learn and effective to use. A usability interface has a low barrier for entry, but a high ceiling for mastery, allowing users from rookies to experts to achieve their objectives. Then we talk about efficiency. So we strive for designs that enable users to accomplish tasks in a shortened time period. So with minimal efforts. This is not only about the speed of the systems, but also about reducing the cognitive load on users, making interaction straightforward and intuitive. So think about it like, how can I get the best results for the least amount of effort? And we jump into accessibility. So a fundamental goal of HCI is to design products that are accessible to people with wide varieties of abilities, including those with disabilities. This means creating interfaces that can be used by as many people as possible, regarding of age, ability, circumstances, or anything on that level. Then we talk about the user satisfaction. So beyond the fundamental aspects of HCI aims to deliver positive experience. So think about it again. When we interact with technology, we always want to strive to have a better and positive experience. This involves designing interactions that are not just effective, but also enjoyable, fostering a sense of satisfaction and even delight amongst users. So in pursuit of these goals, we contribute to technology that is not only fundamental, but also inclusive, empowering, and capable of improving the day-to-day lives of its users. HCI's mission is to bridge the gap between human needs and technological advances, ensuring that technology serves humanity in the most effective and humane way possible. So let's talk about some historical context here. So the journey of HCI is a fascinating tale of technology evolving to meet humans' needs more effectively. In the early days of computing, interaction was primarily through command lines, interfaces where users needed to memorize and type codes into a command prompt. This mode of interaction was powerful, but not intuitive for most people. limiting computer use to those with specific technical skills. So then we get to the evolution that came with the introduction of the GUI, or the graphical user interfaces, similarly what we talked about in week 1, which replaced text-based commands with visual icons and windows. This shift marked a significant milestone in making technology more accessible and user-friendly. GUI allows a broader range of people to use computers, demonstrating access to the digital technology. The evolution didn't just stop there. We've seen a transition to mobile and wearable technologies, which has brought about a new era of HCI. Smartphones, tablets, and smartwatches have introduced touch interface voice commands, making interactions even more natural and intuitive. This shift to mobile and wearable devices has further expanded the reach and impact of technology in our daily lives, emphasizing the importance of designing with human needs at its forefront. So now let's dive into more of some theoretical stands and talk about some theories. So the foundation of HCI is built on a rich tendency of models and theories that help us understand, predict how humans interact with technology. For instance, the model human process, or the MHP, is a cognitive model that provides insight into how people process information, helping designers create interfaces that align with human memories and processing capabilities. Another cornerstone theory is the Fitts law, which models the time it takes for a person to move to a target area, such as a button on a screen. This law is crucial in the sense of interface design, guiding us in creating more effective and user-friendly outlines by considering factors like button size and distance. So, introduction to user-centric design, or the UCD. So, central to HCI, the concept of user-centric design, or UCD, is a process that focuses on involving users throughout the design and development process. UCD ensures that the product that are tailored to meet users' needs, preferences, and limitations. By engaging with users and customers from early stages of design development, we can create more effective, efficient, and satisfying products and experiences. These theoretical frameworks are not just academic. They are practical tools that is used for every aspect of HCI work, from a research to design to evaluation. Understanding and applying these theories help us create a technology that aligns with more human capabilities and limitations, ensuring that technology serves us rather than the other way around. So, understanding its users. In the realm of HCI, the cornerstone of understanding of design philosophy is a deep, nurturing understanding of the users we aim to serve. This understanding is not merely about what users say they want or need, but taking a holistic view of the interactions, behaviors, and content within which they use technology. Employing a various of user research methods allows us to peel back layers of user experiences, revealing insights that can drive innovations and become a more user-centric design solution. For instance, interviews and surveys offer a direct line to users' thoughts and preferences, allowing us to ask targeted questions about their experiences and expectations. While invaluable, we must understand and remember that these methods rely on self-reporting, which can sometimes deviate from actual behaviors. This is where observation research and usability testing come into play, offering a window into how users naturally interact with technology, highlighting specific differences and discrepancies between what people say they do versus what they actually do. By observing users in their natural environment or controlled testing settings, we can understand and identify usability issues and opportunities to enhance that might not have been evaluated or mentioned if it was done solely alone by the users. But understanding users isn't just by identifying average or common behaviors. It's about what it's about recognizing and designing for incredible diversity within our user base. This means going up and beyond surface level to consider wide range of abilities, cultural backgrounds, and life expectancies. Designing for diversity includes more than just the adherence to accessibility standards. It requires the commitment and empathy and inclusivity, ensuring that our technologies are accessible, usable, and meaningful as a broad group of people as possible. This approach not only widens our reach for our technologies, but enriches the user experience, making technology more adaptable and personable. So let's talk about now of HCI effectiveness. So now turning our understanding of users into actionable designs requires a solid foundation in the principle and guidelines of interaction design. These principles, such as consistency, feedback, affordability, and error prevention, serves as a building block for creating intuitive and user-friendly interfaces. Consistency ensures that our design language speaks clearly across all aspects of the interface, making it easier for users to learn and navigate our systems. Feedback is about communicating with users in a timely manner and a meaningful way, acknowledging their actions and guiding them through their interactions with technology. Affordance is practically a powerful concept in design, as it speaks to making the possible action within an interface intuitive, obvious to the users. This might mean designing buttons that look like a slider that invites dragging. So if you see a slider on your phone, right, you may want to intuitively want to slide it. So using visuals and tactical cues to guide users' interaction. Error prevention is another crucial principle, focusing on design interface in such a way that minimizes the chances of user error. This can involve creating fail-safes, confirming actions that might have significant consequences, or simply designing more intuitive pathways through an application. So beyond these principles, heuristics evaluations offer a practical framework for assessing usability. By evaluating a product against established heuristics, such as visibility of systems status and match between the systems and the real world, we can systematically identify and relay usability issues. This process, often conducted by usability experts, is crucial for refining product designs to ensure that they not only meet fundamental needs of users, but also provide a seamless and satisfying user experience. So what are some current trends and future directions? So the landscape of HCI is undergoing a transformation shift, driven by advancement in augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, voice interfaces, and artificial intelligence. These are some of the concepts that we've touched on previously. These technologies are not just new tools in our arsenal, they are creating entirely new paradigms for how interaction with digital environment is known. So let's talk about AR and VR. They're expanding the boundaries of our physical world, blending the digital with the real in ways that we have only seen in realm of science fiction. These technologies enable intuitive experiences, allowing users to engage with digital content in a more natural and intuitive manner. Imagine training surgeons with VR simulations that mimic real-world operations, or using AR for educational purposes, overlapping historical facts onto the real-world locations. Voice interfaces powered by AI are making technology more accessible than ever. By removing the need for traditional input devices, they allow for more natural interaction with technology akin to human conversation. You think about this when you talk to maybe a Google Home, an Alexa device, or something that's similar, or even Siri. This has profound implications for accessibility, offering new avenues for those who may be physically unable to use traditional inputs. The integration of AI into HCI is perhaps the most significant trend. AI's ability to learn from and adapt to users' behavior is creating more personalized and effective interactions, as we talked about previously, such as Netflix and their recommendation. However, this comes with a responsibility to ensure that these systems uh, are designed more ethically, as we talked about previously. As we design the future of HCI, we must consider the implications of these technologies on privacy, consent, and autonomy. Next, we'll talk about the practical applications of these. So, explain the practical applications of HCI through case studies reveals the profound impact of thoughtful designs on user experiences. For instance, let's consider the evolution of the smartphone interfaces, which has become more intuitive and user-friendly over the years, significantly enhancing usability and accessibility. For an example, in the development of the assistance technology that enables users with disabilities to navigate digital worlds more effectively, showcasing how the HCI's role is fostering inclusivity. So we think about design thinking and prototyping are integrated to this process, enabling HCIs um, enabling HCIs to ideally create and design more iteratively. So tools such as Sketch, Adobe XD, Figma facilitates rapid prototyping, allowing developers and designers to explore ideas and refine interactions based on users' feedback. The iteration approach is rooted in empathy and focus on user needs is crucial for developing solutions, generally address users' challenges, and enhances the interactions with the technologies themselves. So with these practical applications underscores the tangible benefits of HCI research and designs demonstrating how theoretical practices are applied to creating solutions that are improve usability, efficiency, and satisfaction. So now let's talk about some ethical and social implications of all of this. So as we know, when we talk about technology in a wide variety, we know that all new technology is exciting and fun, but we have to also understand that all of this comes with some sort of risks. So as we push the barriers for what's possible in HCI, we must also confront the ethical and social impact of our work. At the heart of these considerations and privacies and data securities. In an era where user interface are increasingly personalized and intelligent, the amount of data collection and analyze is vast. It's critical that we design these systems with privacy in mind, ensuring that users have control over their data and understand how it all works. So inclusivity and accessibility are equally important as we talked about throughout this entire lecture. The goal of HCI is to create interfaces that are not just functional, but also accessible to a wide audience as much as possible. This means designing with a broad range of abilities, language, and cultural context in mind. It's about recognizing the diversity of human experiences and ensuring that technology is a tool for empowerment, not exclusion. So now let's talk about what is HCI in the everyday life. We've talked about this entire lecture of all the different things that go on with it, but what is HCI in the real world? And how do we actually use we know about HCI in our day-to-day. So interactive technologies in our daily lives. So here are some examples. We have some voice assistants such as Siri, Alexa, Google Assistants, and we have augmented applications. If you think about it, we have what was famous back in 2017, 16, Pokemon Go was a perfect example of augmented reality. Even with IKEA Place, where you can actually try to see what your furniture or purchases will look like in your house. I know Amazon has something also very similar, making it seamless integration that requires the user to understand the context of their environment. And then we have virtual reality platforms, so like optical and then HTC Vive. So these are different platforms as well that we are relying on. And these platforms are not just about the hardware capabilities, about crafting a narrative that engages users deeply. Demonstrating the crucial role of user-centric design is the success of these technologies. So ubiquitous computing and collaboration tools. So what are some examples of this? So we have what is called Leap Motion and the Nintendo Wii. If you think about it, if any of you ever had a Nintendo Wii back in the past, you would know that you can control a lot that is happening on your screen with just with your hands, right? And it's an amazing thing, and we've come such a long way. I know right now what we're getting close to is the Apple Vision Pro. So with that, we're actually able to do more stuff in such a way that we are actually manipulating our environment, but not actually changing our environment. So another thing is we talk about wearable technologies, right? And I'm a big component of this. I have an Apple Watch. I literally wear it every day. It tracks a whole bunch of things for me, and I love it. So then we also have such another example as Fitbit, and there's some other wearable technologies that are out there that is made in a way that we can easily intuitively use, and we'll get a lot of benefits. So Apple Watch, we have um, it extends this concept of the monitoring of our health and activities, and then it also I'm embedding to this technology into my own day to day, and it's awesome. I use it all the time. So now we talk about some collaborating tools such as Figma and Google Docs. I know to some of you, you may seem like collaborating tools are, something that has been here forever, but back in the days, this wasn't a thing. So when we think about that, in the realm of collaboration, platforms like Figma and Google Docs have revolutionized design and document sharing, providing that interfaces and interactions designs can be generally enhanced with our abilities to work together, even across far distance. This evolution towards more interactive and collaborating tools reflects the broader trend of HCI and the move to more of a shared digital experience, highlighting the field's uh, dynamic nature and its ability to adapt to the changing human needs. And then we talk about the accessibility and the smart environments. So tools such as this is that we have what is called screen readers, voiceovers. We also have smart home devices, as I mentioned, the Google Homes, there's the Google Nest, thermostat. We have cameras all over the place. We have smart cameras. We have a whole variety of things that happens. So when we shift to more of the smart homes, we see how the HCI principles are applied to making our living environment more responsive and adaptable to our needs. The goal here is not to just be convenient, but create an environment that enhances our quality of life, reflecting an intimate understanding of the user habits and preferences. Interactive data visualization that we're going to talk about now, such as Tableau, D3.js, and Looker, are able to help us understand abstract data and into a tangible insight through visual storytelling. This requires not just the technical skills in data analytics, but a deep understanding and empathy for the users' information and their needs and cognitive processes. So these are examples of collective illustrations of how HCI stands at the intersection of technology, design, human experiences, and driving innovations that are not just only fundamental, but not just functional, but fundamentally human-centric. Wow. So we just talked about a whole lot about HCI and the introduction of it. Next week we'll dive more into specifics, but I wanted to kind of give an overview for everybody. If you've never heard about HCI, right, here's a nice little overview. I have to preface by saying I'm no expert in this area, right? I know a good enough amount of information through research and studying. But if you're interested, please definitely look more into HCI and ask me if you have any questions or concerns. But let's dive right into deliverables. So for this week, we're going to dive into Article Review 5. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this lecture, this week is going to be a little bit different. Traditionally, I would give you an article, you would read it, and you would give me feedback about what you think about it and in response to your classmates. This week is going to be a little bit different in which that you're going to find an article about any of the topics that we've talked about through week 1 through 7. And then on top of that, I want you to find an article related to the topic, post it, give your point of view about it, and then your classmates are required to actually read it, look through it, and then respond back to it. And that's actually due March 3rd, which is the end of the week on Sunday, 11:59. Also want to mention one-on-one meetings. I know most of you have gotten this done, but for those that I haven't, please make sure that you get this one-on-one done. Please make sure you schedule it. Do not wait until last minute, please. This is going to be due next. So not this upcoming Sunday, but the following Sunday, March 8th, 11:59. And you can schedule some time through Calendly, or you can go through D2L, go to resources, and you should be able to find it. All right, well, that's all I have for this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and give me a ping. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you, everybody. Take care.